Hello children, welcome to the chapter periodic table. Um, we have finished with ionization potential, metallic character and non-metallic character. Today we are going to understand the last two concepts. First is electron affinity and the next one is electronegativity. Now electron affinity, first understand the meaning of that. The amount of energy released when an atom in the gaseous state accepts an electron to form an anion. That means whenever you are talking about the uh, elements in the periodic table, the metals and the non-metals. So metals are electron donors and non-metals are electron acceptors. So the amount of energy released when they are accepting the electron, when they are forming anion. So based on that amount of energy released is known as electron affinity. So you will see that the amount of energy which is released is going to be more if they are more readily accepting the electrons. So more readily they accept the electrons, more energy they will release when they are accepting that electron to form an anion. So more readily the atom which is accepting, that has definitely going to be more electro affinity. Okay, so let's see now in the next slide, which is what are the factors that affect the electron affinity. So factors that affect the electron affinity, one is the atomic size and the other is the nuclear charge. So here in the picture you can see that I have shown two elements. One is smaller and the other one you can see has more number of orbits. So the atomic size is greater. Now more the atomic size, how is it going to affect the electron affinity? So atomic size increases, electron affinity decreases. The reason is it's going to take some time to accept the electron because the nuclear pull in this case is going to be comparatively lesser than the nuclear pull which is in the smaller atom. So more the nuclear pull, more readily it will accept the electron, and in this case less the nuclear pull as it is away from the nucleus, so less readily it will accept the electron, and hence when you compare the atomic radii, smaller the atomic size or the atomic radii, then lesser is the greater is the electron affinity, as it is inversely proportional. You can see atomic size increases, electron affinity decreases, so it is inversely proportional, remember this. Now nuclear charge. Nuclear charge means if you compare the fluorine and if you compare, say, we'll see in the periodic table, if you are comparing magnesium and you compare over here chlorine. Okay. So now suppose if I'm talking about magnesium over here. So magnesium, you will see that as the atomic number is 12, so it will have 12 protons. And similarly, if you're comparing the chlorine over here, so chlorine atomic number is 17. So it's going to have 17 protons. So number of protons is more for chlorine compared to magnesium. So now if more is the atomic number, more is the number of protons. So more the number of protons, more will be the nuclear charge. Just remember it like that. So more the number of protons, more is the nuclear charge. Now, if the atom is going to be smaller, as in this case, sorry. So as I was showing you the diagram, so the atomic size is smaller because the orbits are, here it is 2 orbits and here it is 3 orbits. So whose atomic number is going to be greater? This particular atom. So more the atomic number, more is the number of protons. So in this case, the nuclear charge will be more for this particular atom. So more the nuclear charge, more is the electron affinity. So you have to understand that in this picture, the atomic size is less for this So electron affinity is more. But nuclear charge is more for this particular atom. So electron affinity increases. But then when you are talking about the electron affinity in this case, there is one more factor, that is the nuclear pull gets affected. The reason is the atomic size is greater. So then the atomic size will dominate the nuclear charge, and then in this case the electron affinity will be greater for the smaller atom. So that is what we are going to see in the trend. But for you now, you understand that there are two factors. One is the atomic size and the other is the nuclear charge. One is inversely proportional, that is atomic size. Smaller the size of the atom, greater is the electron affinity. And nuclear charge is directly proportional. More the nuclear charge, more is the electron affinity. So first you understand with this respect. Now we will see the trend. Now trend in electron affinity across the period. So when you are moving across the period, what do you think is going to happen to the atomic radii? Okay, so now as you can see over here, we are going to consider the second period. Now in second period, you will see that I am comparing alkali metal, that is lithium, with fluorine. Okay, so alkali metal, for that lithium, the electronic configuration will be 2, 1. Okay, and for fluorine, it will be for fluorine it will be 2, 7. Okay. Now here you can see that I'm just so now in this case you can see it is 2, 1, and in this case it is 2, 7. Okay. So what do you think is happening to the atomic size? As you can see, more electrons are added in the same orbit. The number of orbit is 2. Here also it is 2, 1, and here also it is 2, 7. So it is 2 orbits. So now as the number of orbits is same, what is happening is more and more electrons are added to the same orbit, and that's the reason the atomic size has decreased. So atomic size for fluorine is less than the atomic size for lithium. So one particular condition, as the atomic size is decreases, the electron affinity increases. So one particular factor is favoring. So that's why when you are comparing halogen group and the alkali metal, so electron affinity should be more because the atomic size is less for fluorine. Now we talk about the next part. Now as you can see that the atomic number for lithium is 3, so number of protons is 3. What is for fluorine? The atomic number is 9. So number of protons is 9. So what is happening with respect to the nuclear charge? More the number of protons, more is the nuclear charge. Also, the nuclear pull, which is not mentioned in your textbook, but you have to compare. So nuclear pull, as the size is the same, the size is not going to change. So as this is decreasing, the size is decreasing for fluorine. When you are talking with respect to the number of periods, the period is same. So you understand that the size, the atomic radii, the distance is going to shrink a bit because of the more number of electrons which are added in the last same period. So here what is going to happen, the nuclear pull is going to be more compared to lithium when you are talking about fluorine. So both the factors, that is the atomic size and the nuclear charge, is influencing for the electron affinity to increase when you're moving across the period. So it's going to be more for the halogens compared to the alkali metals. What do you think will happen down the group? Okay, now let us see down the group. Suppose if I am again going to consider alkali metals. So in case of alkali metal, let's erase this. So in case of alkali metals, so if it is 2,1 for lithium, and I'm comparing it with potassium. Okay, so potassium is, I'm going to write it over here so that it will be visible by you. So for potassium, as it is 19, it's going to be 2, 8, 2, 8, 8. Okay. So now here you can see for sodium, it was 2, 8, 1. So let us first consider sodium, and then we will go to potassium. Let us first consider sodium. So it is 2, 1, 2, 8, 1. So you will see that lithium, which is over here, one minute. I'll just do one thing. I'll write it over here so that it will be clearly visible by you. So now lithium, I'm writing Li for you to understand. Lithium is having 2, 1 as the electronic configuration, and sodium is having 2, 8, 1. So now you are moving down the group. Now you can see what is happening to the atomic size as new orbits are added. The atomic size for sodium is more than compared to lithium. So as the atomic size increases, what is going to happen to the electron affinity? It is inversely proportional. So more the atomic size, less will be the electron affinity. Now nuclear charge. As the atomic number is increasing, here it is 11 and here it is 3. So you can see that more protons are there in case of sodium. So nuclear charge is increasing. So what should happen to the electron affinity? It is directly proportional. More the nuclear charge, more is the electron affinity. So it should increase. But what is happening is you can see that the as the new orbits are added, the nuclear pull decreases. And because the nuclear pull decreases, the atomic size dominates the nuclear charge. So as it dominates, down the group, it decreases. So electron affinity decreases. Now this is upward arrow, reverse arrow is shown. So they are showing that if you are going from down to top, it will increase. So when you are going from top to bottom, it will decrease. So now in this alkali metals, which is going to have the least electron affinity, of course cesium, because francium we don't consider as it is radioactive. So you have to say cesium is going to have the least electron affinity as it decreases. So the top one, lithium, is going to have maximum electron affinity when you're comparing with respect to alkali metals. So I hope till here it's clear. Okay. So now if you're comparing potassium in the similar manner, 2881, so you can see that in case of potassium, as the new orbit is going to be added. So new orbit means, again, as I told you, that it's going to be more the atomic size, more is the electron affinity. Nuclear charge is more, but it is going to get influenced by the atomic size. So the atomic size will dominate the nuclear charge, and that's the reason it will have less electron affinity compared to the sodium. So down the group, it decreases, and across the period, it increases. So please remember this. Now we go to the next slide. Before going to the next slide, I'll just take time to erase this part, whatever I have written. Now, in the next slide, so same thing is explained with respect to the size. I hope you have got it now. So trend in electron affinity across the period, atomic size decreases, electron affinity increases. Nuclear charge increases, electron affinity increases. So it is highest for halogen, which is to the extreme right, and least for alkali metals. Next is trends in electron affinity down the group. Atomic radii increases, electron affinity decreases. Nuclear charge increases, electron affinity should increase, but increase in atomic radii dominates over increase in nuclear charge, and hence overall electron affinity decreases. Now we go to the next part. Next part is electron affinity. Now if it is asked, we'll go to the periodic table. Now if it is asked with respect to the halogens, if it is asked with respect to halogens whether fluorine is having more electron affinity or chlorine. Now as you have learned that down the group it is decreasing, you will definitely say that the fluorine is having more electron affinity than chlorine. But in this case you have to just remember that in group of halogens, in this particular group, chlorine is having maximum electron affinity, and we are going to understand this reason. It's very important, write it in your textbook so that you'll remember during your exams also, that though it is said that down the group electron affinity is decreasing, but in case of halogens chlorine is having maximum electron affinity, and we are going to understand that why. So here in this slide it's written that why electron affinity of fluorine is more than fluorine. So though fluorine higher than chlorine, means it is at the top in the periodic table, has very small atomic size. The atomic size is very small compared to the chlorine, and because of that it becomes highly unstable when it accepts the electron. So when it accepts electron and it becomes unstable, the amount of energy released is not going to be more. The reason is it's going to throw away that electron. So let's see that why it happens. So here I have drawn the fluorine atom. So you can see this is the nucleus where 9 protons are there. This is the first orbit, so 2 electrons. Second orbit, here there are 7 electrons. So 2, 4, 6, and this is 8, because already it has accepted to form an ion. Now when it accepts, there is one particular feature or characteristic known as shielding effect. So you don't have to learn it in standard 10. But shielding effect means what? Because the size, as it goes on shrinking due to the nuclear pull, when more and more electrons are added, so one more electron when it is added, because it is very small compared to the other halogens, there is a shielding effect. Means you can see that this electron, it is thrown away due to repulsion. So that is known as shielding effect. And because it is thrown away, and you know that the electron affinity meaning is the amount of energy released when particular atom is forming an anion. So you can see that this particular electron, when it is accepted, due to the shielding effect, due to the repulsion and the small size, it is thrown back. And that's the reason its electron affinity compared to fluorine is less. So electron affinity in the group of halogen is maximum for fluorine. Okay. Uh, this particular part you have understood, I hope. Now we go to the next one. Now in the next topic is electronegativity. So what is the meaning of electronegativity? The tendency of an atom to attract electrons to itself when combined in a compound. So this is this particular electronegativity we are going to talk with respect to covalent compound. The reason is in electrovalent compound there is no sharing of electrons. One is metal and the other is non-metal. So metal gives away its electron and non-metal accepts that electron. So it is permanently with the non-metal, and metal is having positive ion, or it has positive charge. So when we are talking about electronegativity, we are going to talk with respect to covalent compound, because it is both the atoms are in the form of compound. They are already in a compound and they're decided they're going to share this electron. But out of this, the electron which is shared, that electron is pulled towards the other atom. So you must have noticed this in day-to-day experience also, that when two friends decide to share a protractor, I'll say, when construction is going on, and the friends have, one of them have not got the protractor, so they decide they will be sharing the protractor. So one which is more dominant, he will, command that no, I'm going to finish my construction first, so protractor will all the time be with him. The other one who is very quiet and suppressed, he will say, okay, you finish first and then give it to me. So he will not have protractor maximum of the time. So this is happening in case of, these two atoms. So here I have drawn chlorine and here I have drawn hydrogen. So hydrogen, as you can see, has one electron in the outermost shell, and chlorine, you can see a 17p plus I have written in the nucleus, 17 proton. So first orbit 2, second orbit 8, and third orbit 7. So it wants one electron to have the complete octet state. And this particular hydrogen also wants one electron to have the duplet state. So here they try, or they decide that they will be sharing this electron. Now, but when they are sharing, what happens is this particular electron is pulled towards chlorine. It doesn't go inside the nucleus, but it is pulled towards the chlorine. Okay, so whenever they are sharing, you will see that this is known as electron cloud. This cloud is more inclined towards the chlorine. So this electron is more towards the chlorine. So that's the reason it is said that chlorine is more electronegative. So wherever they are forming in a compound form, you will see halogens. If they are combined with any other atom, so the electron cloud will be more towards them. And that's the reason in the electronegativity, when you see in the periodic table and when you compare the periodic table, so across the period and down the group, now we are going to understand so how the electronegativity will be differing for these elements. So which are on the left, for example, alkali metals, they are going to have less electronegativity compared to halogens. We are not going to consider noble gases in electron affinity as well as in electronegativity. The reason is they are not participating in chemical reaction. So we are not going to talk about electronegativity and electron affinity in both the cases. So for them it is zero. Both this electronegativity and electron affinity is zero for noble gases. So now we are going to talk about the factors which is influencing. It is same for electron affinity and electronegativity, the atomic size and the nuclear charge. So let's see for lithium. Again, as I told you, for lithium, it's going to be 2, 1, and for, if I'm comparing fluorine, it is going to be, for fluorine, it is going to be 2, 7. Sorry, 2, 7. So now if you see the write it over here. Okay, so it is 2, 1. So now you will again see that when you are talking with respect to the electronegativity for alkali metals and for the halogens, what is going to happen when you're moving across the period? Atomic size is going to be less for fluorine. So again, it is inversely proportional with respect to electronegativity. So less the atomic size, more is the electronegativity. It is inversely proportional. So definitely with one factor, fluorine is going to have more electronegativity. Second is nuclear charge. So in nuclear charge also more number of protons. So here you can see the number of protons when you're comparing lithium and fluorine. As the atomic number is more for fluorine, so more number of protons will be in the nucleus of fluorine. And again the size is less, means size is same. The reason is orbits. here you will see that the size becomes smaller for the fluorine. So nuclear pull will be more in case of fluorine. So both the factors are influencing halogens for having more electronegativity. So electronegativity for fluorine will be more compared to the alkali metal. So if they are in the combined state, in the compound, you will see lithium and fluorine. If they become lithium fluoride, so the electron cloud in that case is not going to be mattering. The reason is lithium is going to donate the electron. So permanently fluorine will have. So here also you will see that the electronegativity is more with respect to the fluorine. But when we are talking, electronegativity, it is basically in the compound form. So in case of the sharing of electron, it will be quite visible. In case of covalent compound, that the electron cloud is more shifted towards the halogens. So I hope till here, with respect to across the period, you have understood that how halogens are going to have more electronegativity. Then if I'm talking with respect to second period, okay, second group, and I'm considering magnesium and calcium. So if I'm considering magnesium and calcium, magnesium atomic number is 12. So its electronic configuration will be 2, 8, 2. And if you're considering calcium, then atomic number of calcium is 20. So it will have 2, 8, 8, 2. So now you will see that magnesium is having 3 shell and calcium is having 4 shell. That means when you're comparing the atomic size, which element has the greater atomic size? Of course, calcium. So more the atomic size, what is going to happen to the electronegativity? It is inversely proportional. So the electronegativity decreases. So down the group, you will see one factor is going to influence the electronegativity to decrease. The second factor is nuclear charge. So now what is so children, here you can see that when we are talking down the group, that time if you observe, down the group, what is going to happen is the magnesium and calcium, when you compare, so the nuclear charge is definitely going to be more for the calcium. So it is 2, 8, 2, and here it is going to be, I'll just pull this up, and for the calcium it is 2, 8, 8, 2. So now you will see that the nuclear charge is more for calcium and less for magnesium. That's the reason the nuclear charge is greater, the electronegativity is going to be greater, but the nuclear pull is going to decrease. The reason is the atomic size is going to dominate over the nuclear charge, and that's the reason down the group electronegativity decreases, same as the electron affinity. So now we have seen both the trends. I'll just erase this part. So in the next part, you will see so factors affecting atomic size and nuclear charge. Atomic size increases, electronegativity decreases. Nuclear charge increases, electronegativity increases. So fluorine is the most electronegative and cesium is the least. Electronegativity for noble gases is 0 as they do not attract electrons. Trend in electronegativity across the period: atomic radii decreases, electronegativity increases. Nuclear charge increases, electronegativity increases. We have seen that. Trends in electronegativity down the group. Atomic radii increases, electronegativity decreases. Nuclear charge increases, electronegativity should increase, but increase in atomic radii dominates over increase in nuclear charge, and hence overall electronegativity decreases. So children, I hope all these trends are very clear to you. So this is important in this chapter for you to understand the trends. IP, metallic character, non-metallic character, electronegativity, electron affinity, and the examples. So please read the textbook, and if you have any difficulty, get back to me. Thank you, children. So